I would like to give the floor to the academic supervisor of Program Master of Data Science, Vladimir Podolskii.
Okay, let me start. I am presenting the Program Master of Data Science. It's an online degree. And this is a joint project with Coursera. And all of the materials of the program are placed on the platform of Coursera. And of course, there is an additional support, but still a lot of materials are on Coursera platform. And our program is actually 1 year old, so we are not a new program. We have students. With our first batch of students has started their education in March last year, and now we have a third batch of students, so third cohort, and so we have a lot of students already. Okay, so let me start with discussion of what you will study in this program. So usually when you study courses in machine learning or programs in machine learning, you study in data science. You study machine learning and you study how to train machine learning models based on known techniques and known models. But on the job market, currently there is an increasing interest in specialists who has fundamental understanding of machine learning, and also has knowledge on related fields, and so such as data collection, big data, and DevOps, and so on. And our program is designed in such a way to give you exactly this, to give you deep understanding of machine learning and to give you knowledge in related fields. And who can apply to our program? We designed the program in such a way to allow basically anyone. Of course, there are restrictions, but basically anyone who wants to study data science to apply to our program. And we actually do not require previous education in computer science or in data science. So what we require is mathematical knowledge on very basic level, basically school level. Of course, you can have better knowledge in math, but you do not actually need it to enter the program. And we do not require programming skills or programming experience or some university level math. This is not needed. Okay, so what are the features of a program? So we have a 2-year program. So the program lasts for 24 months, and it is a rather intense program. So we have 20 or usually students spend 20 to 30 hours per week to study in our program. And okay, lots of materials are pre-recorded, so lectures are pre-recorded. A lot of tests are available on Coursera platform, so you can study in your own pace. So you can pick the time that is convenient for you. You do not have to study in some specific time, and this is very convenient. But on the other hand, the program is this is not just a course on Coursera. We have a lot of support, which is live support. We have live streams with instructors, we have office hours of instructors, and we have chats with assistants, and so on. So you have forums again on Coursera. So you have a lot of support that accompanies this pre-recorded material. And okay, what are other features of the program? We have lots of practice, and actually to study successfully, to learn data science successfully, you have to do a lot of projects yourself. And for this reason, we include a project on data science related project in every course. And actually, we have some courses that are just dedicated to some specific project. So these are rather large projects, actually. I will mention them later. And our program has 3 tracks. And so at some point of education, you pick one of the tracks, one of the specializations. And the tracks are the following. So there is a data scientist track. This is the track for those who would like to have a good knowledge of very recent development in data science and the current methods in data science. ML engineer track. This is the track for those who would like to solve problems related, so in between of engineering and data science, such as collecting data, implementing, so using actually machine learning to solve tasks and implementing machine learning. And the track research in data science. This is the track for those who would like to be related to research in data science. And there are two options that you have. The first one is for people who would like to pursue an academic career after this master program and to enter PhD studies. And another option is, so there are people who would like to work in industry after this program, but who would like to work in such a position that requires to know and to study new developments in machine learning and to implement them. And also note what is important here about live streams and live support. Note that all of our live support, all of our live webinars will take place twice a day. So people from various time zones it is convenient for them to participate. This is also rather important. Okay, let me describe the program itself. And it is roughly divided in 3 semesters. So the program is 2 years long, but it is divided in 3 semesters because of the convenience. And actually our semesters are a bit longer than a half a year, but it is convenient to divide it this way. And in the first semester, you study the fundamental basics that will allow you to study, that you actually need to study machine learning and to actually work in machine learning field. And in parallel, you will have 2 courses. At each time of your education, you will have 2 courses in parallel. And we will start with courses in mathematics, and you will have courses in programming in parallel. And for mathematics, you will have courses in discrete math, calculus, linear algebra, and probability theory. You will have these courses one by one. Each course is 6 weeks long, so they are rather short, but they are really intense. In each course, you are supposed to devote from 10 to 15 hours a week. So it's a considerable amount of time. Just keep this in mind. And also, in parallel, you will have courses in Python and in algorithms. You will have 2 courses in Python and 2 courses in algorithm. And actually, these courses are connected. So when you learn something in courses in programming, you will actually apply it in courses in mathematics. So in courses in mathematics, there are tasks in programming included. Okay, so you learn these basics of programming and mathematics, and then in the second semester, you have a bit more of courses in mathematics and programming. So you will have a statistics course and SQL course. And in parallel, you will have a course in data scraping. So this is actually a large project in data scraping, in which you will learn how to collect and prepare your data. Okay, then, in the second semester, you will also have a division between tracks. I will talk a bit about I will explain this now, but before that, note that you will have, for all of the tracks, you will have machine learning course and applied machine learning course. So you will have 2 large courses in machine learning, so you will know all the basics here. And then there is a division between tracks. And let me explain this table. In the left column, you will have, there are courses for ML engineer track. In the middle column here, you will have courses for data scientist track. And in the right column, you have courses for researcher in data science track. And actually, in the second semester, the courses for ML engineer track and data scientist track are the same. So students here will learn applied statistics and introduction to deep learning. And also, of course, we will learn machine learning and applied machine learning. And in the researcher track, you will have fundamental courses on the basics of this area. You will have a course on computational complexity. This is absolutely required if you would like to do some research in this area. And computational learning theory, again, this is just a fundamental course that you actually need to do to be connected with research here. Okay, and then in the third semester, first of all, there is a large machine learning project. And after that, so you just don't have any other courses in parallel with machine learning project. You devote all of your time to this project. And then you again have 2 courses in parallel in each track. So in ML engineer track, you will study large scale machine learning and C++. And you will also study DevOps, and you will also study object-oriented programming. In data scientist track, you will study large scale machine learning, and you will study the second course, the second part of large scale machine learning. You will learn more here. And you will study some specific areas in data science. You will start to study computer vision, and you will study natural learning processing. Natural language processing, sorry. And in the researcher track, you will study two more fundamental basic courses. You will study optimization, you will study advanced algorithms, and you will also study two hot topics in machine learning, Bayesian methods and deep generative models. Okay, let me talk in more details about requirements. What do you actually need to enter the program? And if you talk about this in more details, first of all, formally, what do you need to enter a master's program? You need a bachelor diploma. This is true for any master's program. To enter the master's program, you need a bachelor diploma. But what is important here is that you do not need to have a diploma in computer science or in data science or in any other related field. It doesn't have to be a diploma in mathematics, in economics, in physics, or in anything related. It could be any actually bachelor diploma in any field. And because of this, so first of all, since we do not require a bachelor diploma in some specific math-related field or programming-related field, we do not assume any specific knowledge of mathematics, for example, in of bachelor level. And the other reason for this is that we actually aim at students from various countries. And in various countries, the traditions of bachelor education varies a lot. So we cannot assume any specific knowledge. So it can be that you learn some mathematics of bachelor level on your previous steps of education, but we do not assume any specific knowledge from you. What we assume instead is good knowledge of basic math. And what is even more important, we assume good just general understanding of math and good algorithmic reasoning. And to say it in simple words, you need to have some knowledge of math, and you also should not hate it. And also let me note here that we do not assume any programming knowledge or programming experience in advance. So we will teach you everything from scratch here. Okay, now the admission to our program is performance-based. So we have an entrance exam, and recall that we assume that you have a bachelor diploma, but we do not assume any specific bachelor level math knowledge. And exam we will have in math. So what we actually check on this exam, we check that you have good skills with basic math, that you have good general math reasoning, and we check that you have skills with algorithmic thinking. And actually, you can find the program of the exam on our website, and the sample exam is also on our website. And we actually even had a specific webinar devoted specifically to solving problems of entrance exam. So you can also find it on our website. The link will be in the chat. Just check the chat. The link, I think, is already there or will appear just in a couple of minutes. Now. So how, it's pressed twice. Let me talk briefly about math block in the program. Since we do not assume any specific math knowledge, we give you all the necessary math from scratch. And we have an extensive line of math courses. I've already explained this, but let me list them once again. It's discrete math, calculus, linear algebra, probability, and statistics. So we actually give you all the knowledge in math that you will need to study in this program, and that you actually need to start your career in data science. And what is important here is that all of the courses are tailored for data analysis needs. So we teach you exactly the material that you will need in data analysis. And all of the courses include problems in Python. I already mentioned this, but all of the all of the courses will include some problems in Python. You will actually study libraries in Python related to the courses, and you will apply your math knowledge in Python directly, just immediately. And also all of the courses contain a project in data analysis. So each course, even in a math course, contain a project in data analysis. For example, in a course on calculus, you will develop a model you will apply optimization to develop some model. And actually, you can also check the light versions of our courses. So the light versions of our courses are available on Coursera as a specialization. It's called Mathematics for Data Science. I think the link will be in the chat as well. And you can check this. Of course, this is not the full courses that are in our program. These are just shortened versions of the courses. And of course, you will not, in the specialization, don't receive all of this support you will get in the program, but still you can get some impression of what we have in math block in our program. Okay, let me talk about admission now. So how to apply to our program? Note that we have two links. So the application process for domestic students and for international students is somewhat different. So we have two separate links. I think they will be in the chat again. And you can also use a QR code here. And okay, I will move to the next slide now, but you can go back in the video and or click a pause now and use the QR code. Okay, let me now talk about the dates and the process of application. So the deadline for applications is June 17. So at this point, you need to submit some documents. We need the consent for personal data processing. We need an agreement between participants of electronic communications. And what do you actually need to do here is to upload scanned copies of some documents on the admission website. And you will also we also need you to send hard copies by post. And then the entrance exam will take place in June, between 21st and 23rd of June. And the results will be available in July. On the 6th of July, you will know the results, whether you have passed the exam. And here are the timelines again. So the application deadline is June 17. Then the exams are in June 21st to 25th. And the results is in July, the 6th of July. And the enrollment is until August. There is a lot of time for enrollment because there are some processes needed after you admitted to actually to enroll you. We need some documents. Some documents needs to be sent and so on. So there is a considerable amount of time here just to have enough time to do this. Okay. Now for the tuition. So the tuition price is fixed in rubles actually. So, but we still can give you some approximate information in dollars, but the exact amount depends on exchange rate, unfortunately. The full tuition for this cohort for 21st year is $18,000. But there are possible discounts, and they depend on your country of residence. So check the information on our website. Again, the link will be available, and you can find which discount you get for which country. And the cost of tuition will be actually divided in 3 separate payments for 3 semesters. So you pay per semester. And the academic calendar is the following. So you will start your studies in September 21st. The first semester is till March 22nd. Then the second semester is from April 22nd to October 22nd. And the first semester is from November 22nd to July 23rd. Okay, and I think that's it. Now I think we have plenty of time for the questions.
Okay, yes, thank you very much, Vladimir, for your presentation. We have some questions from our chat. I will voice them for you. And the first question about course materials. How often do you update the course material comparing with past years?
Okay, yes, indeed, this is a good question. So, indeed, the program is 1 year old. We have started. It is already started, and some students have already passed some courses. And indeed, if we see some problems in the program, we fix this. We update the materials. We update the problems. We update the videos sometimes, and we can change the content of the courses. If the question is actually about how do we data science is a live field, right? So it changes for years, but so it's only 1 year passed since the first. The first cohort, and it's not there was no need currently to actually update the program, but still we are thinking of developing new courses, and we will do it.
Okay, thank you. We have a question about knowledge. Do you teach basic knowledge or deep knowledge?
Yeah, the idea is that after this program, you will be able to start your career in data science on initial positions. That's the idea. So we have a pretty low bar on the entrance. So we designed the program to be available to a lot of people. So with various previous studies. So in the end, you will be able to start your career in data science.
We have a question from chat. How many courses per semester should I take?
Yeah, so it was on the slides. So I, as far as I remember, it's like eight courses per semester. Semester is a bit more than 6 months. In parallel, you will have 2 courses. They are short and intense. So you have each course you have just for 6 weeks. So it's like one month and a half, and the course is done, and you have passed the course. But you have to work really hard during this period. We have, I think, interesting question about graduate school. Can I continue my study as a PhD after the program? Yes, sure. This is just a normal master's program, and of course, after master's program, you can apply for PhD studies, and this is quite possible. And I think the research track is the most suitable for this. But actually, I think you can do it after data science track as well, and so. Depends on your interest in which field you are interested.
And we have question about certificates. Are any English level certificates required?
No, we do not check. We do not check your English upon entrance, but the entrance exam is in English. So the problems in entrance exam are in English, and so you need to learn English.
You have to know English, yes. Again, about scholarship, are there any scholarship possibilities for the program?
Yeah, the scholarships are depend exclusively on your country of residence. So it just depends on your country of residence, and basically that's it. Yes,
questions about diploma. Will online mode be mentioned in the diploma?
I don't think so. If I'm wrong, please, colleagues, correct me. But I don't think so. I think it's just the standard diploma, exactly the same as for offline programs. And the support is comparable. So we actually provide you with support, live support that is comparable to offline programs.
Yes, Ksenia said about it. Yes, I know that HSC has specialization in data science, and I think this question will be also relevant for future students. If I take a HSC specialization on Coursera, can I transfer the credits to this degree?
Okay, so I think the question, I guess that the question is about so the specialization on mathematics for data science.
Yes.
The light versions of our courses. Yes. And the situation here is that we will not be able to transfer the credit, as far as I understand. Again, the colleagues will correct me if I'm wrong. But for the exercises, if you pass some exercises there and they are actually repeated in the program as well, we will transfer your score in this exercises. So if you solved some problems before in the open specialization, you will not have to just solve the same exercise again. We believe that you have already done this, and we will transfer the score. For the credits, it's not possible, I'm afraid.
Okay. Questions about time. How many hours in the workload per week does the program appropriate for full-time workers? Again, about
this. So you are supposed to devote 30 to 40 hours a week to studying this program. I think it is possible to work at the same time, and I think that some students. Many students are actually doing this, and I think it is possible because of just flexible timelines of the course. So most of the videos and all of the videos and most of the exercises, all of the exercises are on Coursera platform, and the deadlines are fixed, but you can take pass exercises at the time that is convenient for you. You can do it after work, you can do it during weekends, and so on. So I think due to the flexibility, this is possible. It is possible to work at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And question about resources. Do you provide cloud resources for practices?
Okay. I think yes. I think so. It is it is relevant only for advanced courses. Actually, for basic courses, for the courses of the first semester and most courses of the second semester, you actually do not need such resources. Just resources on Coursera platform are enough. But for advanced courses, yes, we will organize something and provide you with resources when it is needed.
And one more question about research work. Will there be research work on the program? Maybe research publications or something?
Oh, okay. So there is a research track, and during this research track, you will have projects. You have a machine learning project, but it can be research related. You have a project. You have your final project that was also in the end of the third semester. And you can do a real research during these projects. And regarding the publications, regarding whether I will publish the paper, the answer is it depends. So it depends on how considerable is connection of your project to the research.
Yes.
But it actually also depends on luck, because to publish a paper in such a short time, it requires you to be somewhat lucky and to find the right questions, the right topic just for you. It is not always possible, but if you start doing research here and then you proceed during your PhD studies, of course, it is absolutely possible to get your publications at some point. It is even possible that you will get the results for publication during your master's program, but it is still takes some time to publish the paper. So
yes, it's true. Thanks, it's wonderful. And the last question: will there be group projects in this degree? Group projects.
Yeah, I think this is a possibility to have a group project for machine learning project or for final project as well. So I think this is possible.
I think we have no questions now, but I know that Margarita want to speak about your role in this project.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Margarita. I'm studying support manager of this program. So I wrote in the chat the email of our program. So if you have any other question about educational process, about admission process, especially right now, because right now is admission process. So you can email us, of course. And actually, I want to add some details about admission process for international applicants, because I think it's important, especially regarding our previous experience. So if you international applicants, be sure about some preparation of admission documents like recognition process and and translation of diploma and your other documents like a passport, because it's really important, and be sure that you can do it in some short dates, because, for example, in our case, we will publish the list of recommended students in the beginning of July, and you have to prepare these documents to finally apply to our program. So if you have any question regarding this process, also please email us too. So actually, I saw the question in the chat.
Yes, we have about 10 more minutes. Yes.
What about exams after each course? I can answer this question, or Vladimir
Yes?
Yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you how
Okay.
your grade is organized. How do you get the grade in this course? In each course, you have a lot of exercises during the course, and actually all of them contribute to your grade. So your grade is accumulated during your course in all of the exercises. And we do not have any such a specific thing as an exam, some specific exercise that actually determines your grade. So it is accumulated during the course. Some of the tests are contribute less. Some of the tests can contribute more. I would like to mention some things that are more important usually. These are projects. So in each course you have a project, and it has a usually considerable contribution to your grade. And there are also tests, so there are also exercises that are staff graded. So some staff is grading your exercise, is giving you some extensive feedback on your solutions, and usually these exercises contribute more. And sometimes they are mandatory, so you do have to pass them to. In many cases, actually, they are mandatory. You do have to pass them to actually get a positive grade in your course. So this is how it's organized.
Okay, thank you a lot for the clear answer to the questions. We have no questions, but thank you very much for your presentation, and we move to the next speakers. I think if colleagues or participants have any more questions, they send them via the Google form that located below the online translation, and we move on to the next speakers. Thank you very much, Vladimir and Margarita.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.